The first question I'd like to ask is, can you tell us why Thunderbird has decided to collaborate with Hiroshima University?
Absolutely. So it's a beautiful narrative, Jalen. Thunderbird was founded 75 years ago on the heels of World War II. We just celebrated our 75th anniversary. We're called Thunderbird because Thunderbird Air Force pilots came back from that, horrific but 20th century defining war, and back to the United States, and believed that there was a better way, or more better ways, to advance sustainable prosperity and peace around the world. And so they created this American Institute of Foreign Trade out in Glendale, Arizona, which eventually became the Thunderbird School of Global Management. World War II institution, now 75 years later. Hiroshima, a World War II institution, now 75 years later, a school for peace, a university for peace. And our famous motto is borders frequented by trade seldom meet soldiers. Or as I've expanded it, borders frequented by trade and diplomacy seldom meet soldiers. It's really about commerce and diplomacy are a way to peace and prosperity. And that's been the defining feature of Thunderbird for 75 years. We've obviously evolved, which we'll come back to that, but those core values and principles remain. And so when you think about this, it's an incredible opportunity to bring two, world-renowned institutions committed to the post-World War II sort of globalization of inclusivity, sustainability, and equity to come together. And, it is not just the two institutions. It is sort of establishment and a further development of the broad partnership between Japan and the United States and Japan. Obviously, our governments are incredibly excited on both sides about this partnership. It's one of the longest standing alliances, in post-Cold War history and post-World War II history. And so it's really a wonderful story. Then you add what we can do together in terms of the actual programs and the teaching. And so as we emerge out of the pandemic, having a partnership with Hiroshima and Thunderbird between the United States and Japan, Japan and the United States, developing these new programs, it couldn't be better.
Perfect. And as inspirational as that is, as a Thunderbird myself, I am frequently told about the Thunderbird global mindset. And I was wondering if you can give, in lieu of that as well, just some insight into what that means and what that means to a Thunderbird and possibly to Hiroshima students as well, and how that all relates to us.
Absolutely. And let me just connect it to the previous, our evolution over the last 75 years, we came in sort of four phases. We're in what we call Thunderbird 4.0. Thunderbird 1.0 was very much that first phase when the Thunderbird Air Force pilots came back, set up the school. We primarily trained US Americans to go out into the world in business and government and international affairs. Many of the original leaders and managers of the Marshall Plan, rebuilding of Europe, came from Thunderbird. Then Europeans came and Latin Americans, folks from Asia, including lots from Japan, which we'll come back to, lots of alumni and deep relationships between Thunderbird and Japan pre this partnership with Hiroshima, Middle East and Africa. And then we have 46,000 alumni in 140 countries around the world. In the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and particularly into the 90s, Thunderbird really was building this notion of global mindset, and it got formalized. And the idea really is as a passion and a commitment and a set of capabilities to engage globally, to bring the world together, to work across cultures, sectors, contexts, to feel empowered and confident to go in uncertain places, unknown places, and be able to, adapt, to be respectful, to be a learner, to be humble, but also to get things done, to be effective and efficient and entrepreneurial. There's 3 dimensions now in the formal global mindset inventory survey: intellectual, social, and psychological. All of our programs at Thunderbird, our degree programs, and many of our executive education programs revolve around this. The intellectual side, as you can imagine, is about the knowledge of the globe and the world. And so for our undergraduate students, we pay a lot of attention, of course, on that in their early stages of their academic and professional careers. But we also lead into the second one, which is the social global mindset, which is how to work in cross-cultural teams, across boundaries, cross sectors, and so forth, to do that with a kind of social mastery. If I could put it, across cultural intelligence and emotional intelligence, social intelligence. So that's more for our graduate students, like the program you are in, the Masters of Global Management, but we also lean into that for our undergraduate programs. So Hiroshima students in the undergraduate program will get a lot of intellectual and social global mindset. The third dimension is psychological global mindset, and that is really a kind of deep inner kind of transformation of becoming a leader, a global leader. And more of that happens at the mid-career and the higher career levels, the advanced career levels, but even that is going to be brought to bear for our students. So in fact, all the students will take the global mindset inventory. You get a wonderful report of where you can strengthen, get better, and it will guide the rest of the program. And the design of the bachelor's programs, our undergraduate programs, is very much along those lines. It's truly a special instrument. Just the last couple of points, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of students and professionals and executives at the very top tier, from CEOs and C-suite to government leaders and ministries around the world to heads of nonprofits and NGOs, have taken the GMI, the Global Mindset Inventory, and Global Mindset has really evolved their capabilities. Just to give you, three right now, we're doing it with Mayo, the top #1 ranked hospital really in the world, hospital system in the world, with SABIC, one of the top petrochemical companies in the world, coming out of Saudi Arabia, and so many others. So you can see it's ubiquitous across sectors. JP Morgan Chase on the finance side. So really it's a special framework, and it really is unique to Thunderbird, and we're going to be bringing it to our partnership with Hiroshima and the degree program there.
So, and as you were saying, specifically with the degree program, Thunderbird, it's not just a curriculum; it's a psychological evolution, it's a social evolution. So, can you, in lieu of that as well, can you tell us why Thunderbird's global management program is as special as it is?
Yeah, I mean, what I always say to prospective students is, you certainly are going to get a world-class program. And when we say program, we are deeply focused on obviously the curricular side, the courses, the formal education, if I could put it that way. But as one of our great alums, that it's also about the co-curricular and the extracurricular, all these deep traditions that are part of who we are. That includes our oath of honor, where we have 3 fundamental values. We oppose all forms of corruption and exploitation. We respect the rights and dignity of all people. We advance sustainable and equitable prosperity worldwide. These are not just words, as you know, Jalen. These are what we guide us. And every student, every graduate, every faculty, staff, everybody part of our, embraces that. So there's the program, and it's the incredible global diversity of the students you are learning with, the faculty and staff that you're engaging with. Okay, that's #1. There's Thunderbird, this historic institution, which I've already shared about. And so you're part of this really majestic institution, now fortified, strengthened, put on, incredible, in some sense, technological innovation steroids with Arizona State University, the #1 university for innovation, certainly in the United States, and I would argue really one of the top, if not the top in the world. Then the third thing, though, is you're really part of what I call the Thunderbird global family. I mentioned the 46,000 alumni in 140 countries. We have hundreds and hundreds, really close to 1,500, almost 2,000 alums across Japan. But that's just in the degree programs. If we add all the individuals that got touched by executive education or learning programs, as you know, Jalen, we have this wonderful program called Thunderbird for Good, where we've trained 200,000 women entrepreneurs around the world in the bottom of the pyramid. We have centers of excellence, including in Tokyo, which we launched, which led to this program at Hiroshima, but in Moscow, where we've trained 500,000 professionals across the CIS over the last 16 years. Long story short, when you become a T-Bird, and you join this incredible, journey, you really are becoming part of this much bigger global community network and really family that's grounded in those values. Everywhere in the world you go, you can find a T-Bird. They're going to take you in. They're going to help you find, a job or an opportunity. Social. We love to have fun, as you know, Jalen. T-Birds are a joyful, happy, optimistic, positive bunch. They, and love being with other people from other cultures and learning new things and being together. So that's really special. And there's this famous notion of the Thunderbird mystique. And what it really tries to grasp is that T-Birds are a unique group of folks. We really are globalists in every way. We are folks that try new things, that have a global mindset, that explore. And the last kind of things I've been thinking about, the way to frame it is, it's really, we are dream, makers and dream weavers, Thunderbirds. And, when you look at the incredible alumni and what they've accomplished around the world, that's what a Hiroshima student or a student at Hiroshima in our Thunderbird programs is going to get access to. It's a really special community.
It's amazing to hear more about the support group and the literally the family that
Well,
that you are inducted into.
I forgot to mention, as you know, 170 chapters in alumni chapters in over 100 countries. We have a Thunderbird platform app called T-Bird Connect, which is sort of like Facebook, LinkedIn, Indeed.com, you name it, blah, blah, blah. And it's solely for the Thunderbird community. You can locate under Thunderbirds wherever you go in the world. You can get access to jobs, business opportunities, so many other things. So it's a full experience and a full community that you join. The program is amazing. The institution with school is, truly spectacular, #1 ranked management program in the world. But really, it's the community that makes it truly special.
And lastly, well, I think you've said quite a lot of praise to Thunderbird as a whole. Do you have any final message that you'd like to give to prospective Thunderbird students or people that are on the fence, either whether just with the Hiroshima program in general or just to Thunderbird in general? Do you have a message or a final phrase?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the thing that I want to come back to. Who is Thunderbird now? And I talked about Thunderbird 1.0, 2.0. We're Thunderbird 4.0 at Arizona State University, the #1 school for global management at the #1 university for innovation, the world's most digital and global leadership management business school. Since I came over the last 3 years, as you know, our mission is about training, empowering, influencing global leaders and managers for the fourth industrial revolution. Part of the reason why we call ourselves Thunderbird 4.0. Well, what's this fourth industrial revolution? Well, it's certainly the digital transformation that's happened around the world, the data revolution, but it's the 12 more sets of technologies, AI and the Internet of Things, automation, blockchain, distributed ledger, AR, VR, XR. All of our programs, including the undergraduate program that will launch at Hiroshima, bring together the global and the digital. And global is digital and digital is global. And we started that pre-pandemic, and we all know since the pandemic, that's only accelerated in the world. And we not only bring that into our research with our faculty, our teaching in our classes and programs, but we practice it ourselves. This great new global headquarters that I have behind me is the most digitally advanced in the world. We have, digital classrooms. We have holographic robots welcoming you in 130 languages. We have a digital global forum with a holographic globe. We have AR, VR, XR language lab. All of that is our goal, is to bring that to students in Hiroshima, and those students which we hope will spend at least some of their time with us here in the United States will get access to all of that. Perhaps the last thing I'd share, and maybe we can share this in the video, is our graduation. As the world locked down and we couldn't do graduations, we did one of the world's first truly technological digital graduations, and it reinforced our 3 principles. One is everyone's safety, health, and well-being, emotional, obviously physical, but emotional, psychological, spiritual. #2 is delivering excellence in all we do. And #3 is continuing to pioneer innovation ourselves. And so that digital graduation with robots and drones and holograms and all sorts of other things, went viral to 550 million people around the world. So the invitation to Thunderbird, again, is the program, it's the school and the institution, it's this global family, but it's also a way of being, the Thunderbird mystique. And it is that for the 21st century, not only being future ready, but being present ready as we emerge, hopefully very quickly and comprehensively out of the pandemic.
Well, thank you so much. And bringing up your point on the new building, I'm excited to see it open because it literally looks like it's out of 2100 or something like that. It's something to see in MI6.
Let me end with this. So for us, we're completing 75 years. And we've done an exercise thinking about not only what will Thunderbird be 1 year from now or 5 years from now, 25 years from now, but the 75 years. Think about, what is the world going to be in 2096? What should Thunderbird be? And out of that has come this notion of we have to become the Thunderbird Academy of Intergalactic Leadership. And that's the kind of vision, that's the kind of inspiration, that's the kind of pride, but also the confidence in our ability, like we did after World War II, to shape the post-World War II order alongside great institutions like Hiroshima. Coming out of COVID, we're ready now to shape the 21st century. And that's also the invitation for our prospective students.
Oh my gosh, it's inspiring just hearing, yeah, even though I went through the program myself, it's still inspiring hearing it all over again as well.
Right.
But thank you so much. I mean, that's all the questions that did you have any other
No,
comments that you
I think
wanted to, I was going to say, you said,
I think I've hit
yeah.
it.
Well, thank you so much. And thanks for taking the time to come on. I know it's, a tight schedule, but thank you so much for taking the time to do
Very
this.
excited about this program. Our
Yeah.
partnership with our incredible Japanese alums, with obviously
Mhm.
Hiroshima. We have an incredible team with Ai Konishi and Associate Dean Nelson and Satoshi Watanabe and many others. Of course, our incredible colleagues at HU, at Hiroshima. The future is incredibly bright. But we're mindful that we're still coming out of this very complex time. So that goes back to us being a family. We take care of everybody who's part of our family. Okay.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye now. Thanks a lot, Jalen.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye bye now. Take care.